Hey guys, it's story time again. So today's story is going to be a cautionary tale. So this is about, and this can apply to everyone on some level. So this is a story about assuming and second guessing. And if you've had any sales experience of any kind, there's a very crass saying about what happens when you assume. I don't need to say it here, but you know what it is. So, okay, so this is a story about this painting and how it got to be with the collector. So a really important part of selling your own work is, it sounds very cliche, oh, believe in yourself. It's a lot harder when it comes right down to it, because we're not selling widgets, right? We are putting our heart and soul into something that is really part of us. And then we have to, do the hard part of getting it out into the world and talking about it and all that stuff. So this is, another title could be, Everybody Needs a Lee Krasner in their life. So Lee Krasner was, if you don't know about the abstract expressionists who were painting in the 60s and 70s, you probably don't know her name, but anyone who has studied Jackson Pollock knows her name. So the story, I don't have to remind you. If you don't know it at all, please, go look it up, look up their relationship. Very, very explosive, let's say. But art historians know that she was a driving force behind his work. Don't jump down my throat. But that's a really interesting part of art history that I love to delve into. A lot of people might say Jackson Pollock was famous in spite of himself, whereas Lee Krasner was a brilliant artist in her own right. And her recognition came much, much later. After studying abstract expressionism, I'm a huge Lee Krasner fan, but let's get into, why should everybody have a Lee Krasner? Okay, so she believed in him, she helped him, and she was a supporter. Not only did she have a good eye, but I think she had a great sense of intuition. So every artist needs a Lee Krasner in their life. And this doesn't have to be a fellow artist or even someone in the art world. I think there are fascinating stories out there of artists who have partners who maybe they're not even artists, but they are the Lee Krasner in that artist's life. And feel free to share, please, because love that. So I have someone in my life who is my Lee Krasner, and she lives with me. She's my daughter. She's a very creative person. She has all kinds of interests. She's a wonderful photographer. Her vocation is stonemasonry, so she's definitely in the creative sphere. She has a very good eye, and she knows me. Obviously, she knows me very well. She knows my strengths and my weaknesses. So back to this painting. All right, I had made an appointment to drop off, do a little showing with a collector. Okay, this collector wanted one of my lighthouses, so I thought, cool, I'll grab some of the lighthouses that I have, maybe a landscape or two, and put those in the car. And so I forget. I don't know the order of things, if I had finished this one in that time frame or not, but doesn't matter. Anyway, it was there in my studio, and I was, putting the stuff in my car. And then she comes into my studio and says, oh, you should take this one. I was like, no. And she just looked at me, she's like, why not? You've been talking about the fact that, you love how this piece turned out. Why would you not put that one in the car? And this is where the second guessing comes in and the assuming, right? It's like, oh, they wouldn't want that. Nah, they wouldn't want that. And so, this argument was kind of going back and forth as I was pulling things and putting things in the car. And then I was grabbing my keys and my purse and, about to just get in the car and go. And she's walking out on the sidewalk with this. This is a reproduction. But she was walking out with the original and she's like, hold up, you got to put this. She was not taking no for an answer, right? So she just opened the car, put it in, and was like, don't forget to show them this one. And I'm driving off going, I don't have to show them anything. I don't want to. I'll just leave it in the car. Anyway, long story short, we have a lovely meeting and, bunch of paintings they love. And this one, I did get up the guts to bring this one into. And what happened really shocked me. The couple had a daughter who was probably my daughter's age, and she was home. I think she was home from college, or maybe she was working. I don't know. I don't really know how old she was. She was quite young. I'm going to say she was maybe 20. I don't know. So she immediately honed in on this painting, and she was just like, you guys got to get that one. You got to get that one. And then the dad was like, not really into the fruit or the still life. And then it was great. She just gave him a little speech about why this is technically not a still life. It's an abstraction. And, she gave a little spiel about how much she loves abstraction. And I was sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is great. And so it was her birthday, and he ended up getting her the original for her birthday. And so I drove away from there feeling, obviously very appreciative, but it was very humbling. It was so humbling. Because who am I? Who am I to second guess what people are going to like, right? You have no idea. And, you just don't. And that's why you need a Lee Krasner in your life, because like I said, we're not selling widgets. Okay. This is so deeply personal. And then, we just have that, even if you could be the most confident person in the world, but you still have those nagging feelings of like, oh no, they're not going to like that. But anyway, so that's my story today is don't second guess, don't assume. You're going to. We're all doing it, but we just have to write ourselves a little note, especially before we meet with collectors or have a show or whatever. Just shut up. Just stop thinking and just be like a robot. Just bring the work. So anyway, hope you like that. That was the lesson for today. Lee Krasner and Jackson Pollock. Definitely look them up. And that's given me all a ton of other ideas of artist couples or, artists / partners and that dynamic, which is fascinating. All right. Have a great day.